You better run, run, run. Be easy with the run. You better run, run, run. Be easy with the run.
See, I've been running cause my soul been down. Really, can you hear me now? Trying to face the facts that we've been living. Can you feel me now? Easy with my running, but I feel.
Welcome to I Am the New Set, and as I promised that we have Sandra Izsadore, who is here to bring you her favorite snack live.
Wow.
And it is called, Sandra, I'll give you the privilege to tell us.
Well, I'm going to make some Southern hot water cornbread,
Hello.
Izsadore style.
Wow, I like
All
it.
right.
I like it.
Definitely Southern.
It looks like you have a mohawk, Sandra. Is that true?
That's true. I cut my hair yesterday.
Wow.
I love it.
Very becoming.
It's beautiful on you.
Beautiful, yeah.
Well, thank you.
Very.
Now let's get to that hot water cornbread. Come on.
Okay. So here I have 2 cups of yellow cornmeal.
Okay.
So I'm going to take that 2 cups and I'm pouring it in here.
Okay.
And over here, I have flour.
Oh.
So I'm going to take, like, that's 1 heaping teaspoon,
Uh-huh.
2, well, it's a tablespoon,
Okay.
2 heaping tablespoons. And normally I don't use a recipe.
Right.
That's 3, 4,
Oh, wow.
like 5,
Yeah.
and we'll say this is the 6 heaping tablespoon
Of flour mixed into the cornmeal.
into the cornmeal.
All right now.
I'm learning. I'm going to try it too. You just watch.
And in the meantime, what I'm going to do is heat up my oil, get my oil ready.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm just stirring this up. Getting it stirred up real good.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm going to add some aluminum-free baking powder.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
I use Rumford. I don't like cooking with aluminum. Anything that has aluminum or even aluminum pots.
Wow.
I'm strictly old school.
Wow, beautiful.
All right.
I'm learning something right there.
Now, and most people, you know, you don't really have to use the baking powder,
Uh-huh.
but I'm just going to put a little bit baking powder in there.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Very good.
And if you
what's the
really want to
difference
take it to the next level, because you know how Gigi knows, she's from the South,
Oh yeah, and
You know,
don't
we
forget,
like putting our sugar in things.
and don't forget Mello is a Texas girl.
Okay, so you
I'm
know
just
how we
watching
like.
her the different way she's doing it.
Look, so now I've had 1, 2, 3 tablespoons
All right.
of sugar,
Oh.
just to give it just give it a little sweetness.
Okay.
Right.
And I'm stirring it up. And then, of course, I got my oil nice and hot.
All right.
Uh-huh.
And now.
I'm over here with my oil now.
But I'm trying to figure out where does the hot water come in at?
Oh, the hot water is coming. It hasn't got here yet.
Oh, okay.
So I'm still mixing.
All right.
And I'm like, I like my mixture. So I have an automatic hot water. See?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
My water comes out hot.
Good.
Okay.
So now I'm going to mix it.
I'm trying to figure out exactly what does a hot water do? Does it activate the soda?
Oh.
Actually, from my point of view, it kind of cooks the mixture before you get to the actual cooking part. I'm adding a little more hot water.
Mm-hmm.
As you can see, stirring. Because you want it somewhat cooked
Right.
before you even.
Down in the pan.
Thank you. You got it. A little more hot water.
But you know what? Because you're talking about hot water cornbread, I'm thinking about, like I said, it's Women's History Month. I'm thinking about those women that raised us, how their grandmothers created recipes. Like, who was the first person who thought of this? Because it's very simple. You don't have to bake it, but you get to have that cornbread with your
That
greens.
big taste, yes, uh-huh.
And if you ask me, hot water cornbread is the best.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Now, because I've made so much, I'm adding more water.
Okay.
And you see that hot water is also cooking that cornmeal.
Oh, okay, right.
It's cooking it.
Right.
Uh-huh, yes.
Let me turn this fire down.
It won't be so raw by the time you put it in the oil. What
And
kind of
then
oil are you
then you
using?
don't want to fast cook it either.
Well, what kind of oil are you using?
Olive oil. You use olive oil, grapeseed oil. Those are healthier oils, much healthier than canola. Canola is cheap.
I use olive oil. I even fry everything in olive oil.
It's much healthier for you. I use 100% virgin, extra virgin.
Yes, the same kind. Yes, I love using that. That is very
Okay,
good.
so now you see the texture of the mixture?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, now that I have that mixture like that, I'm just going to spoon it out and cook it.
All right.
I'm watching because I'm telling you, you got me wanting to go get some greens and hot water cornbread.
Don't forget the greens to go with it. All right. Now.
Oh, wait a minute, girl. How about some mustards and turnips?
Hello.
I love my mustard and turnip greens.
All right, now. That's what we're talking about. Hello.
Wait a minute. And as a child, it would be the mustard, turnip, hot water cornbread, and some fried chicken.
Hey!
And what about on Sunday, a little sweet potatoes on the side? They
Hello,
can bake
now.
it.
Okay, them candy yams, you know what I'm talking about, Gigi.
You know that's what I'm talking about. Hey, now.
Sometimes when you meet elder black women, they be like 85 years old with beautiful skin. You start asking about their food, you find out there's greens in there and there's yams in there.
Oh, yes, for sure.
Okay, so now I'm non-dropping.
Wow, I'm looking at that. They have a nice consistency before she even put it in.
Mm-hmm.
Like she said, the hot water was cooking the cornmeal before she even put it in, in the
And I'm not going to cook it too fast. I'm bringing my fire down.
You're going to do it slow.
Because I want it thoroughly cooked on the inside.
Oh, right.
Okay, now.
So in the meantime and in between time, while these are cooking, I can tell you about my new project.
Hello,
Yes,
that's
that's
what we're
what
waiting on. Great.
And that new project is a collaboration that I did with T2.
Okay.
And the title of the new track is, and it's my first time I'm doing R&B, Gigi. Well, no, not the first time, but it's the first time another artist or producer has written a track or R&B track for me.
All right, beautiful.
And the title of the song is Be Easy, Run, Run.
Hello.
Wow.
And my daughter, Rahab, the lyricist,
Wow.
is the one who has, she's doing some vocals and the rap on it.
Oh,
Wow, I am looking forward to hearing that.
So I'm looking forward to that. April 10th is when it's going to drop.
Okay.
And also April 10th is Byron's birthday.
Hey,
Happy birthday coming
two
up.
celebrations
Wow.
into one. Congratulations,
You know what?
audience.
I met your daughter before.
Yeah.
Sandra, you want me to tell you when I seen her? Okay, this was a while back. In 2009, you brought her to a dance class at Lula, Washington when Jeffrey Daniels had came out here to celebrate Michael Jackson's life. And I remember seeing your daughter and you at Lula, Washington Dance Studio.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Well, let's all say congratulations to this outstanding two celebrations into one, okay?
Right. That
A
sounds
new song and celebration of her husband's birthday. Am I correct?
That's right.
Hello,
It's gonna be a-
congratulations, sweetie. Audience,
Yeah, a
come on,
release
boy.
drop, so-
Hello.
It's a good excuse to have
Happy
a party.
birthday, Byron.
Thank you.
But I was
Yeah,
telling
it's a
Gigi
good
the other day-
excuse.
I was telling
And you
Gigi
see,
the other
I'm continuously turning here
Oh, it keeps
Okay.
it from cooking too hard on one side.
because, you know, I like golden brown.
Right.
Yes.
I like golden brown. Yeah, so once I get these greens going today,
Hello. Are we invited over?
Sandra, I was
Gigi,
telling her
you and Mello, the blues singer,
that part. But look, I was telling her that I
will
met.
come at any time, you know?
Oh, that's
Thank you.
right now.
You know, we
also
haven't
blues
really
poet.
hung out since we did the show with Lucky, you
Out of
know?
Valley, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. What was the name of that club where we were working?
Palladino.
Palladino.
Yeah, you know, that was
Tarzana.
a famous club out there in the valley, too.
I know, but we did one on Lincoln Boulevard in Venice also.
Yeah, that was, you know what, that was the last gig we did.
Yes, it
And
was.
that's the one where Redemption, your record collaborator, he came to that one.
Yeah, reggae.
Yeah, Redemption.
Yeah, so that was, you know, that was a better time to be in the city, you know?
Oh, of
Yeah.
course, yes,
Great.
of course. You know, we got so much. And speaking about that, while you're doing your cooking, let me ask, now that we got this virus, the war, and Mother Nature all combined at us at once, what kind of insight, wisdom, and knowledge are your thoughts that you can share with the audience and stay in order for them to let them know to stay calm, because, you know, our Creator is in control? What would you like to say to the audience?
Gigi, you know, just like I know, all of this has been prophesied.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
And you know, it's like those that have ears, let them hear.
Yes.
Right.
Those that have eyes, let them see.
Yes. Hallelujah.
And I tried warning people under this past administration we had, the past administration we had, I tried to explain to people that what was happening, it wasn't good, and not to be fooled by mainstream media.
Right.
Because my point of view and what I understand and know is that it's a small number of people, and I call them the Cabal. They actually rule this world.
That part.
And it's already been predicted
Yeah.
and talked about since the early 80s
Wow.
about the New World Order.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And I've done
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So now what happened is that the whole world has been set up for this change.
Wow.
And the change that's taking place now has caused this war
Yes.
that is taking place to be happening. Because what it is like the globalists
Yeah.
are fighting the nationalists.
Wow.
the International Monetary Fund, that bank controls the income. Okay, look. There's the hot water cornbread.
Hello now, that's what I'm talking about. But you know, Sandra, let me inject right quick. You know, as it was said, and as you said, this has been a warning, been brought to us from the biblical days. But as they say, what is Caesar's is Caesar's, what is God is God. So they are prepared, you know, yeah. So all those who got ears that can hear and eyes that can see must know that's what time it is. Because now Caesar is, back in the Roman days, is in control. So, but now God is the controller. Okay, so there we go. You know, that's what I see, and that's what I see that you're saying. Am I correct?
Yes. You know, people are not paying attention, and what has recently happened is mass manipulation.
Yes.
People have been mass manipulated, and Gigi, it's not good what's coming. A lot of people are going to be sick and dying, not only from the war, but in Georgia, there are stones that have been erected that are called the Georgia Guidestones. And the Georgia Guidestones, which is real, anybody can look it up and see it for themselves. Georgia Guidestones, they are standing in Georgia today. And those stones predict that Earth is overpopulated. When it reaches a certain number, that we're in danger. And now you have people, and I'll call them the Cabal. Those people have said, okay, we need to get rid of some people. One of them even went as far as to make a TED Talk speech and talk about depopulation of the planet. So if you ask me, that's what the big C, and I'm not talking about cancer, I'm talking about the big C with all the variants. That is one of the plays that's being made. So here we are, threatened with a third world war.
Threatened? You mean it will happen for sure? Because the bottom line is the pale horse is running, and it was already said it's overcrowded, it's depopulated. Prince Harry, I don't know if anybody can remember that, but I remember on the news when they asked Prince Harry if he thinking about having another child, and he had mentioned right before he left out of there and came to the United States and said, well, you know, the world is already overpopulated, so he knew this was going to happen. And you're going to biblical days, the pale horse has to run, and it has to run its course. So be prepared. Ears, eyes.
And whether people know that there was I think it's four horses.
That's the pale
and
horse.
7 seals and 4 horses.
Wow.
They've been broken.
They've been broken. It's the
And
pale
the
running
horses are
now.
rising now. So
It ain't played either.
no, they're not playing.
It ain't played, baby. Hello.
You know, and all I can do, because, you know, just like you, Gigi, we're only pawns on the board.
No, we're the child of the Almighty greatest, baby. That's
Yes.
what we are. They,
Yes.
the pawns are the ones going to get played.
Yeah, well, you see here, we are aware.
Mm-hmm.
Many are called, but few are chosen.
Hello.
Right.
It speaks so in the book, in the prophecy. It talks about the 144,000. And then when you put that in comparison and not take it literally, you see how overpopulated this planet is. So they say. But when I travel across America, I see all the vast vacant land, and it comes to mind. I said, well, how are we overpopulated? That's a small group of people, once again, I'll just call them the Cabal, that is dictating to the masses. You got a few people. Now, we have something like 9 billion people on this planet, and you got less than 100 people running things because they're the ones with the money. They're the ones that can control the media. They can control the WHO, the CDC, the NIH, and the NIAD. Because they have the money.
Afrobeat is speaking, okay?
So again,
you sound like Fela.
So again, what was that song that did? What? Don't you watch
the one I recorded with
the one watching
Upside
you,
Down.
always being watched.
Upside Down. Well, it's still Upside Down.
Yeah, see there.
Upside Down was recorded in 1970, and I think released in 71.
Look at that.
And the things that Philip wrote about then, and I sang about in Africa, are still happening today.
Exactly.
But you know what? China elevated herself. India elevated herself. Mexico has elevated herself. The Philippines have elevated themselves. What's wrong with Africa?
Wow.
When they, especially Nigeria,
yes,
when they have the most educated people on the planet.
The richest country in the world.
Nigerians are the most with PhDs and master's degrees and bachelors. But yet and still, why are they at the bottom of the rung?
Because they don't know thyself.
the corruption that Fela was singing about. That's why.
They don't know thyself.
And they refuse
That's the bottom
to
line
accept. They refuse to accept the truth. What's wrong with Nigeria that I see?
Right.
Arrogance.
Yes.
Nepotism.
Yes.
Disrespect.
Religion.
Yes.
You know, they have a class structure.
Yes.
So anytime you have all those negatives, you're not going to have a positive outcome. Right now, Africa is still being raped.
Okay, I want to.
You and I were stolen because we're ADOS, African descendants of slaves. We're ADOS, and we cannot get respect here in America or any other part of the world because Africa is still being a whore, if I have to say it like that.
Okay, Queen.
She's selling herself out.
Okay, let me say this one thing about Africa and the African writers, because that's what I got my degree in. In 2002 at Cal State, I got a degree in, they call it Third World Literature, but it was actually post-colonial studies, Anglophone. And I studied people like Wo Soyinka, he's the first and only African writer to get the Nobel Prize in '86. And then I also studied Chinua Achebe. Well, Wo Soyinka is a Yoruba. Chinua Achebe is an Igbo. I also studied Buchi Micheta, an Igbo who had moved to London. When I look at African writers and I see the messages that they're writing, whether it's Chinua Achebe, an Igbo of Nigeria, or go across on the other side, Ngugi wa Thiong'o of the Kikuyu of Kenya, I see that they have been trying to say the same things that Fela has been saying, that Bob Marley has been saying, that sensible people have been saying. And like you said, the Africans, they're so caught up in class and glamour and vanity that they don't even realize that they're selling their self wholesale.
No. And now the Chinese said, let me go in and get me some.
That part.
I'm not mad at the Chinese. I'm not mad at anyone that comes when they see a means of exploitation and they use it. I'm not mad at them. I'm mad and angry with the Africans that have allowed it.
Yes, yes. Queen.
You know, why would you sell your people out due to tribalism?
Yes.
Or some form of nepotism or religion? Why do that? But see, greed, another thing that's mentioned. 7 deadly sins, and greed is one of them.
That's right. They allow money to be the controller. But again, Sandra and Mello, It was written, and everybody, I think we're on this earth, every human being, every race. Now, they all have their similar faults, but the bottom line is, when we came back here on this earth to make it our paradise, it became our hell, and the hell became because each people did not know what race it is, didn't want to know who they were, so they can understand their Holy Spirit in them, for their guardians, divine guardians. Divine guardians is what we're talking about. So if either way, we're going to get that second coming, because that pale horse is running, because the time is running out. Now, and I say that to every culture in the world, get to know thyself. That's what it is. Whether you got the buildings, the money, and all of them be relevant. We don't have an earth. And don't think you're going to go up there in space and live where you to destroy earth. Oh, we will have a God that everybody better be scared of, okay? Hello? That's all.
You know, I mean, if you can't get it right on earth, and see, here's the other thing, too. America, dipping her nose in Ukraine's business.
Look at that.
Dipping her nose in Afghan's business.
Wow.
Iran's business. Iraq's business. You know, Korea's business. How come you don't get your own house straight before you go and try to straighten up somebody else's house?
We were talking about that earlier, about people going in other people's closet before they straighten their own closet out. We were just talking about that earlier, huh, Mello?
Yeah.
Yes. You're right, baby. That's true.
You know, what does it look like if my house ain't clean, and I'm going to go over to your house and try to give you some instructions on how to clean yours?
That's why it's all backwards, baby.
So this is where we are in the world today. It's unfortunate. You know, it goes, those that have the eyes, let them see. But you know what? It's a lot of people blind right now.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, fella even wrote a song called BBC, Big Blind Country. He was never able to record it properly. You know, and thank God somebody in the audience had bootlegged it so I could hear it, you know? It's shameful. It's so simple. But man has made things complicated, and they've made it complicated because of greed.
And also,
and
there's sexism in Africa.
But all in the
You know, I have
saying in Africa, the African women,
it's unreal.
The African women had something even ages ago, but the men were so busy trying to be bossy over the women, they wouldn't even listen to women's wisdom.
You know what?
I think that's in the Middle East, all of that, it's going on.
Oh, wait a minute. Gigi, Mello, women do not recognize how powerful they are.
That's what I'm trying to say, and this is our season.
Of course.
You know, we have power.
With Mother Nature in mind, so yeah, it's gone. That's why I said what I said, you know. The bottom line, until everything on life is in divine order, that's including
balance.
The men. Balance, right, because we were created with a he and she. Not a me.
Right.
Okay, thank you, Gigi.
Hello.
So, you know, there was a time when I'd be out here.
Sandra, what about the water bread? The hot water?
Hot water cornbread.
The hot water cornbread, baby. It's ready to sit on the table.
Cornbread is finished. The only thing that needs to be done is eating.
Hello.
But before I can eat that hot water cornbread, I got to get my greens ready.
Oh, see there? I knew it. They go together.
Hello, now. That's what I'm
And wait a minute. Hot water cornbread, greens, candy jam,
yes,
and your fried chicken.
Girl,
that's a southern meal.
Hey, nice. Well, Sandra, thank you so much for your audience. That was some great insight and wisdom and knowledge coming from Sandra. Thank you for sharing that, Sandra.
And thank you for having me,
so
Gigi.
good to be back together again.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to.
Yes. And on that note, Sandra, is there something you want to say to the audience before we leave?
Yes, well, they can always reach me at sandraizsadore.com. I'm also Sandra Izsadore on Facebook. I'm Sandra_Izsadore on Instagram. I'm on TikTok. So I'm there on social media. Once again, Gigi, thank you for having me. It's been beautiful. And now I'm going to go and enjoy my hot water cornbread.
All right.
Thank you,
Bye.
Bye-bye. Enjoy, Bart, you guys' birthday.
Thank you.
Okay, bye, sweetie.